I wanted to go to this one because everybody been talking about it. People been chiming in. And, you know, I got the shirt on, so people gonna want my opinion.
Okay.
On this Last Dance reaction. Last Dance.
Hey, one thing about that I will say, that was a good ass documentary.
Like as a whole, it was a good documentary. It was good. It was good.
It was good. I fuck with it. Like I was talking to my bro KB. One thing that they showed me that I didn't know was, hey, that nigga Michael Jordan used to get on niggas' ass, boy.
Oh yeah, it's funny because I knew that because I heard all the stories before the movie before the before the Last Dance. So it was like I already expected that. And a lot of his teammates don't even mess with him.
And what resonated to me is what made me miss my nigga Kobe even more is when you look like we all know because we grew up more with Kobe than MJ. We knew Kobe was an asshole. We knew he was gonna get on your ass. We knew he had a mouth on him.
Yeah.
But then when I see the documentary and see how MJ, it makes sense. That's Kobe idol. I'm like,
carbon copies.
Man, like it makes perfect sense now. I'm like,
carbon copies.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro. That drive and everything.
And then MJ wasn't like, well, not MJ, but Kobe wasn't like as on his teammates like that.
Mm-hmm.
He did it just in practice. MJ, he did it all the time.
That nigga was a clown. I didn't know that nigga MJ was so funny,
bro.
Yeah,
bro.
I didn't know that nigga MJ was so funny. That nigga was...
Bro, I can't deal with him, bro. He gets on my nerves, bro. Cause he just like, he has this like arrogant persona, but it's like, it's brushed off as like he deserves it.
That nigga, yeah, like, it's hard when you look at it because you're like, yeah, that nigga arrogant as fuck, but then again, he is Air Jordan, so it's like,
yeah, so it's like he deserve a pass. Like, no, I don't want to give this motherfucker a pass.
Because of me, I'll be like, look at this nigga, he just think he like the greatest and shit. I be talking shit, but I'm like,
and I was telling people, I was like, bro, like real shit, like the only reason that people were so hung up on Jordan is because I'm just gonna kill everything right here. There were no dominant stars that lasted years through that time. Think about that time window. That's why I want to talk about this. Because I'm going to get down to the nitty gritty of why that Last Dance exposes MJ that he ain't really the GOAT. He really ain't. As soon as he came into the league, what was going on? All kinds of bullshit, bro. It was in the late 80s, bro. Late 80s, and they were looking for somebody to take the torch.
Yeah, that because when he came in, the Bulls was
the only person that was around like that was Magic, Bird. They were
looking for that next.
Back and forth.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were saying. That's why it was said. People saying the NBA wanted to set it up for Michael Jordan to be the next thing. Like it was staged. Like they wanted somebody to carry the torch.
That's why he wasn't even. What was that 1 year? It was 1 year that he didn't even have crazy dunks and all that, and he still made it to the slam dunk contest because they wanted him there. And to me, that's where I don't know if this was documented, but I think that's where the fan voting start getting involved. Because think about that. If you go into the fan voting when it comes to that, of course, all of them going to vote him in.
True.
Like, bro,
it's MJ.
If they literally were calling him God in shoes, bro. Like, come on now. Like, this is just ridiculous. And then, like, that's why I loved. See, this is why I needed. The one thing I didn't like about The Last Dance, they went all out of order. Out of order.
What you mean?
Like if you watch from part 1 to 10, they went all out of order, bro. Like throughout 1, they went to 88, then they went to 91, then they went to the regular time when they was going to The Last Dance, then they went back to 88. Like, fam, in one part, like this is too much.
I feel you.
You trying to give too much information.
Hey, I also feel like The Last Dance could have gave since. Like it wasn't technically it wasn't called the Michael Jordan documentary. I feel like
it basically was.
It turned out to be.
Yeah, it basically was.
I feel like they could have gave the other little teammates more of a, like, okay, you gave Scotty and Dennis, but
you see what time they had Scotty talking the most, right?
Yeah, true.
When he got in that bullshit, when he set out that.
When he set out, hey,
bro, like, come on, bro. This the most I seen him talking. This the time y'all want him to. Okay,
hey,
I see how y'all doing.
That nigga was.
I see.
That nigga was mad he wasn't getting that shot. That nigga said, "Fuck y'all."
Yeah, I was like, I would be mad too.
Tony,
like, what?
Tony, cool coach. Hey, at least he hit that hoe though.
Yeah. I wouldn't even be tripping, but at the same time, I'm like, man, you know, I should have shot that. I could have made that shit too.
Nah, but I feel like they could have did it better on expanding on the team. Like, you mostly
just
saw
from MJ,
Jordan talking
Scotty, and Dennis.
and stories about Jordan. Like, damn, like, you gave Steve Kerr a little part talking about his dad getting killed. They did do that, but they should have broke down. Hey, I guess that's why Horace Grant on that whole talking shit on ESPN about that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
You should have gave everybody, like, B.J. Armstrong, broke down more about them, like, everybody.
And because I hate when people say MJ didn't do it with such a bro, he had some great pieces around him, fam. Like, his team was loaded. I hate when people say shit like that because all of them players, if they went to other teams, you wouldn't even have heard of MJ like that because he would have been losing. He would have been losing.
That's true, bro. And
just like in '88.
People say that about anything, like MJ didn't do it. And, like, even like Kobe Day, people say, bro, Kobe won with this roster. I'm like, yeah, the other names on that roster might not be, but don't forget when the Lakers was winning championships, Lamar Odom and Paul Gasol was top players in the league at that time.
Yes, bro.
So
Paul Gasol, he went to the All-Star game.
Yeah, so don't, like, people will be like, this nigga won with this roster. I'm like, yeah, but
it looked like that now. But
yeah,
at that time, those players were good.
Looked like that because those names don't resonate to you now, 10, 11 years later. But at that time, all those players on the Lakers, Paul Gasol, like I said, Paul Gasol, Lamar Odom were two of the best players in the league. So that wasn't just no washed up team.
Yeah, at all, bro. And then I'll be trying to tell you, like, example, like Steve Kerr. He was probably one of the best shooting 3-point shooting point guards in that little area.
You had
one of the best.
Everybody, MJ did it. First of all, for you old head ass niggas who always trying to say MJ, the nigga had two of the best defensive players on his side of all time.
And imagine
the nigga didn't
have to basically run the triangle on defense too, because they got Rodman right here, Pippen right here, and Jordan running it right in the front. Like, what more do you need?
Nigga, you got
the other two guys could take a break.
You got niggas think then Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a great player, versatile defender. Yeah. That nigga Dennis Rodman, and Scottie Pippen on the wing.
It's like Draymond Green on steroids.
Come on, bro. And people want to say,
and he didn't even want to score. That's the crazy part. He didn't even want to score.
And all the old heads, I always want to argue with the young niggas talking about MJ didn't need it. The nigga had what the fuck you mean? That nigga had a squad, bro.
When he did, and the funny thing is, I always say, when he didn't have nobody, that boy was losing. All this gold when he was averaging 30+ points going into the playoffs, and then lost to the Celtics, and then lost to the Celtics again. Like, come on. And then lost to the Pistons. Like, come on. I can keep going. Like, come on, bro. He didn't.
Like, and then another thing, people always talking about, oh, LeBron lost in the finals. Okay, so what? MJ didn't get to the finals every year. Like, you gotta look at it like that, bro. Like,
and that's why I always kill people arguing it, because like, what looks better? Like, if you getting there only 6 times, or you getting there all these many times,
or you getting knocked out in the conference finals and stuff. Like,
and it's taking something crazy for you to lose.
Like, like, people always like, okay, he lost in the finals, but he's getting there every year. Like, okay, MJ got knocked out of the conference finals. He lost too. So it's like, how can you use that against LeBron?
Exactly, bro. People the old heads don't never want to talk about that. They want to talk about the 90s. They don't want to talk about the 80s. You can't.
And old heads hate when old heads would defend MJ like a motherfucker, bro.
And I don't understand why, because he would never defend y'all.
I hate talking old heads too.
He would never defend y'all.
I hate talking about basketball with old heads, because them niggas.
I love it because I make them be quiet at the end.
Them niggas love MJ. You can't even put no argument. Like, they don't even try to see your point of view against MJ. They just think MJ and they're everybody else.
Yeah. I was laughing at this one dude I was arguing with about that. Probably like, I'll say 2 years ago. This is when LeBron, you know what I'm saying, was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, LeBron the GOAT, cuz.
Yeah, that nigga.
That's what I was in that mode. So I was like, I already liked it. And then this dude was trying to argue me down. And then I used to talk to him about it. And I told him, I was like, bro, let's be honest, bro. All these highlights, bro, the key to it is, I'm just going to be honest. If I don't know who you are in the video, you ain't worth looking up.
True.
Almost every highlight of LeBron is somebody that I know. Dunked on Paul Pierce. Dunked on. I mean,
hey, when that nigga dunked on Nurkic.
What? I mean, bro, he's doing highlights against guys that I respect. Like, I have respect for these dudes.
And that season that he had 2 years ago.
Remember when he dunked on Jared Allen and made the whole damn court shake?
Yeah, that year he had 2 years ago, what you spoke on, that last year in Cleveland, that nigga was putting up crazy numbers, bro.
No holds barred. He was not playing.
And look at that team. And look at that team he had, bro. He took to the finals. What? George Hill, Jordan Clarkson.
Come on,
bro.
Come on.
George Hill, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance. He took them to the finals.
Like, they should not have been there. They should not have been there.
Come on, bro.
Like, let's be honest.
Like, I actually thought maybe that year they would lose to the Celtics in the conference finals, but that nigga LeBron put on a crazy performance, bro. Hey, it's something about that nigga in the playoffs. Whew.
Yeah. He know it's go time. It's go time.
Like
even if I can't score, I'm gonna make that little sexy pass to get us some buckets.
That nigga turned up like nobody I know in the playoffs, bro.
But yeah, bro. But that I was on that, bro, when I was talking to my old heads, bro, and I always used to say that shit. And I was like, bro, if I don't know you in the highlight, there's no point in even talking. And I showed him. I literally like showed him the video, audio, like all of that. And I was like, look at this one. What's this last one? I showed them literally the one where they was against the Jazz, the last ring, number 6. And I showed them, and they did that crossover, that last shot, the one where he pushed them down.
The Jordan arm.
Yeah, when he Jordaned on them down. Who was that?
What's that nigga name? What's his name? Byron Russell, some shit.
Nobody.
And speaking of that, people try to act like that push off is brand new. We all knew about that. It's a term we got for it, a Jordan arm. So I hate that when that shit.
And he's not the only. He wasn't the first person. To
everybody started acting like that shit was brand new. In terms to find out he pushed him.
If you want to look at old tapes, Wilt used to do that.
If you a real historian, you been knew he pushed him out. Everybody's like, now at the Last Dance, it was a left arm push off. Like, we knew that. Yeah, like it's a term. We call it a Jordan arm. We been knew about that. Come on now, like
old news. Damn, give him a little good game. Get out of my way.
People try to act like they real historians and shit.
Yeah. So let's talk about Pippen and Rodman.
Pippen.
I like Pippen better because he was like a non-shooting KD pretty much.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. When you look at when you always see in the past highlights of Scottie Pippen, you only see dunking on people, passes. Bro, I've never seen a highlight of him shooting a jump shot. I don't think I've ever.
He don't be wanting to.
I don't think I've ever seen.
He one of them dudes where, like, if you watch him play, he one of them dudes where it looked like he can take the shot, but hey, let me just put it on the floor, either pass it or I'm gonna go right by him and I'm gonna go in the lane. He one of them, but I like that though. I like that he does that.
I like his package. He got a full game.
Yeah,
that's one thing I can say. And like with Dennis, now if he had an offense,
my thing is, food. Like I hate that he gets this rap that he's not good offensively.
Wait, let me ask you something. Was he better with Detroit or when he got to the Bulls?
Damn, that's hard. I like them both. I don't know, bro. I give the slight edge to the Bull Ride.
I want to say I think that the Piston, he was better, but when he got to Chicago, he was smarter. So you
can tell all that experience came through because he didn't always have to shoot. That's what I be saying.
And he got more bulkier on the Bulls. Because if you look at it, he was strong in Detroit, but he was kind of slim.
Yeah, he was scrawny. He was scrawny. Even though he was strong, he was scrawny.
Hey, and I know a lot of people always forget that nigga was in San Antonio. I always forget that. Before he came to the Bulls, he was on the Spurs. Damn. I always forget that.
How long was he there? Like 1-2 years?
That's.
Yeah, like
I always forget. Yeah, bro. Like, I always forget he was on the Spurs.
That's just like how you forget that Pippen was with the Blazers.
No, I don't never forget. I can't forget that one.
I forgot that shit.
Because them conference finals against the Lakers. I can't forget that one. When Kobe threw the oop to Shaq, the historical oop with the
hurtful. That was hurtful. And that's crazy how old they was. MJ was what?
Right. He took a seat. He took a seat, and then who took over the league? I'm just telling people. When MJ hung him up,
as soon as he sat down, Kobe,
that young boy. Hey, and also tell the nigga MJ put some respect on my nigga name, calling him the Laker boy on the documentary. You know what I'm saying?
Laker boy. He called him the.
When they was in the All-Star game at the locker room, he was like, that Laker kid, that Laker boy, whatever. Yeah, call that nigga Kobe.
Disrespectful. He know he a threat.
He knew he was. That's what they were saying. He knew he was a threat, so he didn't want to give him too much. But nah, I feel like both of them was a good contributor to MJ. Like Scotty was a good ass Robin from MJ's Batman. Like not too high on himself, not big of an ego. It was perfect. And Dennis, like he said on the documentary, hey, as long as you let me do my thing, I'm good. And he said MJ understood that. You let me be Dennis, I'm gonna get these damn boys play defense. You put up with my crazy shit, we good. Yeah. So,
which is a lie.
Man, nigga wearing wigs and dresses and shit. I'm like, hey, Dennis Rodman also had Carmen Electra, so he is one of the GOATs in my eyes when it comes to females.
I don't understand how you got.
Then I think he had Madonna too, didn't they say? This nigga's a GOAT, bro. Carmen Electra.
I heard a story. I heard the dude, I think it was John Sally, he was talking about a story that Rob used to, like every time he used to go out, he used to bring a transsexual with him. Just to throw people off. Like, fam, like y'all already a messed up group. Like you can't bring that into the mix. Like,
yeah, that
now
shit.
Y'all, I would run away if I saw a group like that
shit
a Rodman, a regular person, and then a transgender. Boy, say, I keep walking. I would not make eye contact.
Yeah, that nigga Dennis Rodman had a big personality. I feel like his personality was built for this age with social media and stuff.
Superstar
if that nigga was out right now,
yeah, he would be a superstar at this age.
Yeah, like if he was in this playing right now.
Yeah, for real.
But
let's talk about one thing. Let's talk about a key factor that nobody brings up a lot.
What's that?
Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson is definitely majority of the reason that MJ has those rings. If you want to be honest.
I mean, I personally have personal reasons why I love Phil Jackson because of Kobe, of course. But Phil Jackson is a great ass coach, bro. Like
That's probably one of the best coaches ever.
If you look at MJ without Phil Jackson, if you look at the Lakers with Kobe without Phil Jackson, them years Phil Jackson took off. Preach. And all of a sudden he come back. What happened? Oh, we going to the finals. We like that ain't coincidence.
Hey,
that ain't no coincidence. MJ was the same nigga he was, just grew up a couple years, but he was still the same talented. He was very talented and stuff.
Yep.
But he didn't win. Phil come. Kobe, them years Phil left. Kobe was still arguably the best player in the league. But the team, he couldn't win nothing.
Not with that team.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like Phil Jackson is to me, I put him the greatest coach. They always say him and
I can't think
the fat nigga from the Celtics. What was it, Red Auerbach? What is his name?
Auerbach. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me, bro. I gotta go more towards modern coaches. That's why I say Phil Jackson might be one of the best coaches ever.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Jerry Sloan. So we talking about coaches.
Yeah. He was real good. he got some teams that was not supposed to be there. He got them to the finals with 2-3 times.
Yeah, Phil Jackson is that dude, bro. Now
Yeah.
he wasn't do good as an executive or whatever he was doing in the Knicks.
Bro, oh my God.
Talking shit to Melo and shit, whatever that nigga had go.
Tripping, bro. Like, I don't understand that guy.
He was a great coach, but I don't want him in my executive or my GM chair.
Get out of my office.
Yeah. His GM role and whatever he did, it was horrible. But as a coach, yes.
Boy.
I would want him as a coach any day.
Yeah, definitely, bro. So let's dead it right here. Let's say the reasons out right now. Is he the GOAT? Yes or no, and why? Like, just wrapping the whole Last Dance bowl up. Is he the GOAT? Yes or no? What you think?
Me personally, I gotta say no, bro.
I already knew you was gonna say no.
I gotta say no, bro.
You already know I'm gonna say no too.
Hey,
negative.
I'll do respect to MJ, whatever he did.
Fuck that. I'll do respect. He don't show respect to none of us. No, fuck that.
True, that's true.
No respect given.
Fuck that nigga. Hey,
what he saying?
I hope Isaiah.
Fuck them kids.
I hope Isaiah Thomas drop his ass one day.
Did you hear about that audio coming out later that he like literally was like planning to make sure Isaiah didn't get on the team?
Yeah, I heard that.
Him and Chuck.
Yeah, I heard that back. I heard that too back in when they made that Dream Team documentary.
Yeah, bro. But
yeah, like y'all niggas booty swole because that nigga walked off the court without shaking your hand, and because they beat you.
I didn't never understand that. Like,
I mean, niggas ain't. I understand sportsmanship, but niggas ain't having the force to shake your hand.
Even if that didn't happen, I ain't never remember nobody crying about it.
Yeah, like
even if it didn't happen, like
and you still holding a grudge today, and you're like 50 because he walked off the court, bro.
He was still salty as soon as he brought it up. He's a whole demeanor change,
and then he gonna say, "Yo, oh yeah, of course he probably feel bad about it now, but like, nigga, fuck MJ, shut your ass up, bro.
No one cares."
Nah, but me personally, bro. MJ is MJ, but for me personally, me growing up and watching, because when MJ was winning, we were still young, and I was pretty much into football at that time. I was into football at that time, but me growing up every day, watching Kobe, and now watching LeBron.
Yeah,
now
you gotta put them two above,
bro. Like Kobe is always gonna be my favorite, whatever. He's my favorite. To me, he's the GOAT. But this nigga LeBron, this nigga here
for that number one spot.
Say, I be scared to say it, bro, because Kobe. Everybody know how I feel about Kobe, but this nigga LeBron is.
I hope they bring back this season the way I want them to.
Yeah, hey, please let us come back and finish this season.
Did you hear that they was entertaining that tournament?
Yeah, supposedly the thing came out yesterday that the season's supposed to be coming back at the end of July. So hopefully they stick to that.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want them to do that playing tournament.
Yeah, my nigga Damian Lillard said if they don't do that shit, he ain't playing.
I ain't even mad at him, bro. I ain't even mad at him. I wouldn't either, especially if like my team was just getting together.
Like even though we out the playoff hunt, but we only like 3 games out. They only 3 games out. Like give them a chance.
You gotta remember, their team was still like getting together,
and he was hurt.
Yeah,
he was hurt.
Was still
right before the season. Right before the season ended, Damian Lillard was out with a groin injury,
and Nurkic was out. So it's like, bro, like come on, like it's really hard to like build up momentum.
And tell me that wouldn't be a fun 1 versus 8 matchup. The Lakers and Trailblazers. I'd rather see the Lakers and Trailblazers rather than see the Lakers and Memphis.
Nobody to hold
rather than the Lakers and Memphis.
I think LeBron might have to hold Lillard. That will not be pleasant. Because I would give Lillard credit all day. Lillard is a dog.
Hey, speaking of the Lakers, we haven't been like this in a long time. These niggas finally got a team where they can switch. Everybody can play the defense.
Finally. I'm tired of seeing people come right through. Well,
bro, we finally got rim protected. Bro, the last couple of years, it's been the hardest ever been a Lakers fan. It was just like free run to the rim.
Yeah, as soon as they get across, it's over.
Hey, you want paint points? Go ahead, bro. Like, goddamn, my nigga. But with AD, LeBron, JaVale, even Dwight, Avery Bradley, Danny Green.
It ain't going down like that.
Nah, for real. We got defenders. So I hope this season kicks off, and I hope somebody told me the only reason they doing that expansion thing is to try to get Zion in the playoffs for money reasons.
Oh hell, I understand it.
They trying to make money. They trying to make money by getting Zion in the playoffs.
That would get
for viewers and stuff.
Money. That would get a lot more money with Zion in it.
Fat neck ass nigga, bro. That nigga, bro. That nigga don't even got ankles. But that nigga got hops though,
because
bro.
they explode off the floor.
He explodes out his shoes all the time. But no,
crazy.
To close that out, bro. And me, I give Kobe and LeBron the edge over MJ. Now y'all can argue with me. I argue with people over this all the time, but
I gotta do pretty much the same. But mine is switch to LeBron, Kobe.
Yeah,
we gonna do something kind of close to that. So we're going to keep it in that same little era. We're going to talk about now the third topic, era versus era. Basketball and football, just like as a whole.
Okay.
See, this is going to be fun for us because me and you, we kind of like, we got a good idea of the 1990s.
Yeah, true.
So we ain't really going to be lost in what we talking about. In 2000s, of course, like someone else, like we know. But like, let's talk about the first thing, the rule differences. Like rule differences, the 99 to the 2000s.
Okay, well, when we talk about when we doing the rule differences, when we talk about basketball, I do say I like the way that they let them play in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
Like this,
that's the one thing I wish we could have adopted.
Bro, this nigga KERR'S got clotheslined out the air, and that wasn't a violation. Like what the fuck, bro? All of us have seen the highlight of KERR'S with the goggles get clotheslined,
knocked into the air.
If you haven't seen that, you don't watch basketball.
Like
we've all seen that highlight. Like yeah, bro. Like I feel like it was more rough, physical. I like that style.
It tested you. You could tell like everybody was getting tested on the floor.
I don't like now these hand check fouls and like now you watch a game, it'll be a whistle. You be like, what the fuck happened? Like you watching, you don't even see.
Like he just did a reach. Like, oh no.
Like it'd be a lot of times I'm watching a game, it'd be offensive foul. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm watching the whole thing. What the fuck happened? Like I don't know, bro. I just don't.
That's like I think that's like our one key flaw that everybody is gonna hold down on us. Like the 2000s. That's the one thing.
And I hate that now that it's like that because a lot of the old heads always saying these niggas couldn't get down with the. But just you can't use that just because the rules are different and say like,
exactly.
You telling me a nigga that's 6'8", 250 pounds ain't gonna last in the 90s?
Like what? He was a monster, y'all.
He ain't gonna be able to take no hits.
And I always say this to the old heads. Think about this. You just said right. The rules are different. They can do all of that. He can do that too.
Yeah, like
he could do that too. Now.
Like
I mean, he could go in there, bowl first, and dunk on y'all.
Like I know a couple niggas off the top of my head that would be great in the 90s. Probably KD.
Russell, oh my God,
KD, Russell Westbrook in the 90s.
Man,
with that style of play.
With Russell Westbrook, you mean to tell me would be hard because it'll be hard to knock him off because he gets so mad.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep knocking him off, he gonna start dunking on y'all.
Hey, you mean to tell me KD can't last in the 90s? Bro. Come on, bro.
Say
KD can't play in the 90s.
Dude will be pulling up from everywhere. He will be pulling up from everywhere.
You mean to tell me like it's a lot of players like that? You mean to tell me like they can't?
Even Karl Anthony Towns, underrated, but Karl Anthony Towns, he would dominate back then.
True.
He would be up there with Olajuwon and all of them. It's just because the post game is gone. He's pretty much the only post center that we can say actually does post moves. Jokic kind of does it, but it's like
Karl Malone. Like you tell me if KG and Tim Duncan,
if
KG and Tim Duncan was in the 90s and hit their prime,
and it was funny
would be no Karl Malone.
It was funny because KG and Karl Malone met a couple times, and you could tell KG was coming for him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Even in the matchups, KG was coming for him. Like like, and Karl Malone wasn't like off at that time. He wasn't out of his prime.
And these big dudes now expanding their game. These niggas is athletic.
Think of DeMarcus Cousins back then. He that athletic.
Yes,
Ooh,
you telling me
boy.
DeMarcus Cousins couldn't last in the 90s?
Bruh.
Big ass nigga. You telling me Zach Randolph wouldn't last in the 90s?
Zach Randolph would have been irritating as hell.
Zach Randolph is the perfect 90s center to think if you were to compare. Zach Randolph is out of all the names we just said, that's the perfect example right there.
Big fat.
Zach Randolph. You mean tell me that nigga wouldn't? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like people.
It's like we have carbon copies of people that look kind of like what the 90s looked like in our era.
You can't really call our players soft just because the rules are catered.
Call the rules soft. That's what I say. Call the rules soft. Don't call them soft.
No, it's just.
Now, I will say call them soft when they get to complaining about calls.
True.
Now, that everybody does. That's human nature.
True.
And I hate when people get on players for that. That's human nature to contest anything that's against you. Like,
True.
Bro, come on. Like, that's human nature.
If something not going your way or you want to point out something to let them know, like, hey, I mean, I ain't trying to be no hoe or nothing, but this nigga hooking me every fucking play, bro. Like, goddamn. You know, you want to let you want shit to go your way. You
want it to be fair. Not even that. You want it to be fair.
Yeah, like.
Because you don't want them to be getting away with that. And then you start doing it. Foul. Like, come on.
It's just like football. If you're a wide receiver and the cornerback, it look like he locking you up. But every possession he holding you.
Yeah.
But the ref's not seeing it, you gonna be mad like
bro, come on, he holding me.
They thinking I'm getting locked up and shit. This nigga holding me, grabbing me, collarbone, you know. So it's
not gonna lie, off point, Slay does a lot of that.
I wonder what that nigga gonna do in Philly.
Darius Slay does a lot of that.
Hey, my nigga Okuda in Detroit.
Hey, Okuda is
that nigga's nice. Real, bro.
I like him, bro. He reminds me of remember Asante Samuel? He reminds me of him.
Asante Samuel.
Yeah, he was a dope ass. Yeah, he's dope ass DB.
Okuda gonna be real, bro. Just watch what I say. Bro, they ain't gonna do shit. Detroit ain't gonna be winning in nothing but. Watch Okuda. Watch his stats.
Look, just watch him. Watch him.
don't really watch the offense and shit, but now like it's football. When we do the era, we talk about era versus era.
It was like it wasn't too many rule differences. Like
when football, only thing
that changed really was the tempo.
Only thing I can really see over time when it comes to football significantly that changed is the head hits, like helmet to helmets, and them catering to the quarterbacks more.
Yeah, every time you dive at somebody's legs.
The main thing I see when it comes to football is play style. Now NBA is a lot of rule changes, but in the NFL I see play style. Like basically, like when we was growing up, not a lot of quarterbacks could run. Everybody wanted to be Michael Vick.
They wanted to be, but they couldn't. So
Michael Vick was like that only. When I played Pee Wee football or playing football growing up, everybody wanted to be number 7. I swear, bro, everybody was number 7, bro, because Michael Vick. But now it's like a lot of quarterbacks are agile. They can move on their feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Cam Newton, Mahomes can do a little.
And it's like you got so much of it now. Now you got to be ready for that.
You even get in white quarterbacks now that's mobile.
Josh Allen.
He's
nice.
Aaron Rodgers, not so much now, but
he ain't never been like a mobile. He just moves in the pocket. I don't really consider him mobile.
Aaron Rodgers' escapability,
because he's bro. If you look at it, bro, honestly, bro, he scoots in the pocket. Like he does a shuffle here. Like even when he got injured by that Anthony Barr one, when he scrambled. At first, in the first play, he scrambled the other way. He seen Barr. Oh no,
that's true.
Yeah, like nah, bro. That's how you know Aaron ain't built to be mobile. He ain't built to get out of the pocket and get some yardage. He's not meant for that. Never been.
Hey, the funniest thing about seeing Tom Brady, when the play break down and they have to scramble for some yards. I'll be like, look at this nigga, bro.
He moved every part of his body, bro. Everything.
That nigga
moves.
is the stiffest runner I ever seen. That nigga getting them 5 yards.
It look like he gotta exaggerate every movement to make sure he gets there.
But I think like the game is it has its elements like I feel like one point in the NFL it was heavy on the running backs.
Yeah.
Then it started being more catering like
the 90s was more running backs.
Now it's like
2000s.
You got all your receivers and stuff, and like now I feel like passing is getting more of the sign. So it's like
90s had some good ass running backs, bro.
Everybody, and it's like everybody had a good running back.
I want to bring up a 90s running back that everybody does not. I get mad that people don't bring this dude up, bro.
Who?
Terrell Davis. Bro, he was
Terrell Davis, Denver Broncos.
He was underrated, bro. Got them a Super Bowl,
bro. It was a football game called. Fuck what that game called. Bro, I remember it because you could get hurt and you'll be limping up the sideline, but you still running. I think that hoe was called NFL Game Day 2000 or some shit.
Yeah, I know
that nigga Terrell Davis was a fool on that game, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I get mad when people don't like talk about him. Like, he was up there with them, like definitely up there with them, bro. As far as like 90s, one of the best running backs, like yes, bro, he's definitely up there.
Not Terrell Davis.
I wanted to just shout him out because I was like I used to watch him, so nah, bro.
Nah, he was a fool. On
Jerome Bettis.
I ain't like that. I ain't like that fat ass nigga. Fullback playing running back.
That's scary. Remember when he trucked by Urlacher and you thought he crucified his ass?
The bus. That nigga was a big ass running back, bro.
How big? He was like what? He was almost close to 300 pounds.
That nigga was big, bro.
He was humongous.
That nigga reminded me of fucking Mike Alstott, the nigga from the bus.
Oh yeah, the white dude. Yeah, he was in the 90s too. So
that nigga was.
It was all about toughness in the 90s. It was all about who can smack somebody. I think they're the main reason why we got so much flack for our helmet to helmet shit. We all grew up, all including the 2000 kids, grew up watching the 90s people. So we see all that wreck, havoc all the time. What you think we gonna want to do?
Yeah.
Every time I put a helmet on, I'm knock your head off.
They kind of softening the game up. Like now it's all about finesse and shit.
Mm-hmm. They rather you get around
on both fronts, on NBA and NFL. Now it's more about finesse and
everything has gotten more about safety.
They're taking the toughness out of the game, bro. I really don't like that part.
I think honestly they should have like putting everything in perspective. I think they should have took more time in getting the training and the conditioning stuff down, other than trying to get the hits that we like out of the game.
True.
If y'all spent more time putting these dudes through therapies and, you know what I'm saying, spas and like getting it done through the team, not them having to do it on their own. Because, you know, I be hearing about that. Like, you see the documentaries where they be having to do that on their own. Like, on their free time, they going to the spa to go get a massage. Like, that's some simple shit. Like, why ain't your team doing this?
True.
Like they can't spot you $100 to get you a spot day.
True.
Like, come on, like that's kind of fucked up if you think about it.
True.
Y'all making all this money and they got a trainer room and as soon as you leave, that's it. Like, nah. They get you on. I guess they get you on like a dinner regimen and all that shit. That's about it. That's the most it go.
Yeah, they got to do something better about this.
Yeah. So like. Let's go with football. Who you think like best of the 90s? Who you think the best of the 90s quarterback was? Like if you had to say one guy that first pop up in your head.
Hey, this finna be crazy because of how much slack I get his team. Troy Aikman. Troy Aikman.
I appreciate that.
When I think of the 90s and quarterbacks, that nigga just automatically pops into my head.
He was America's team. He was on America's team. That's when it was the golden America. This is America's team.
When I think of the 90s quarterbacks, they're like, we had John Elway, Troy Aikman.
I was going to go Elway.
Elway?
Yeah.
Brett Favre.
I hate Brett Favre.
Me too. Okay, I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to be the first. I didn't want to be the first nigga to say it. Bro.
Wrangler jeans.
Yeah. Fuck that Minnesota Viking nigga.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Like he is the hugest headache. Like I could never be a Green Bay fan back then. because I want to throw my controller at the TV.
Yeah.
Every time he throw a stupid pass, like, fam, you had 3 people around here. Why the hell would you throw that?
Yeah.
Like, come on now, bro. Like, he just did stuff that you was like scratching your head, like, fam, what were you thinking?
True.
So best of 2000s, who you think like quarterback wise, best of 2000s? We gonna include that?
Tom Brady.
Well, we already know you.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
The nigga basically ruled that decade.
Yeah, pretty good.
Tom
The
Brady.
whole decade.
Tom Brady. Then like honorable mentions. Big Ben.
Yeah.
People forget Big Ben actually was good. He was decent. Eli.
And he was in the playoffs almost every year.
Michael Vick before prison, nigga. After prison too.
After prison, he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing crazy.
That Philly team wasn't good, bro.
They made what, the wild card?
But tell me that team wasn't fun to watch. With Vic, Jeremy Maclin, Deshaun Jackson, and Shady McCoy. That team wasn't fun to watch.
You know how I'm gonna feel about this because it's Philly.
But that team was fun to watch, bro. To me, but,
yeah, fun to watch and then get scored on 3, 4, 5
2000s.
times.
Yeah, like I think Tom Brady, Michael Vick, Big Ben, Eli, Steve McNair.
Yeah, that's true. Steve McNair was underrated. I was mad he missed out on that Super Bowl.
One nigga that disappointed me was Vince Young, but I'm not gonna speak on that. I'm not gonna speak on that.
Why did he disappoint you? He wasn't good.
Bro, I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. I thought
he was barely good in Texas.
I thought coming from Texas, bro, it just.
If you watch him that year, bro,
if
you watch him in totality that year, the championship year, bro, they won some games in spite of him.
Bro, that championship game, he just looked so amazing. So I'm in your head.
Amazing.
Right. He looked so good, bro, that game, bro. You just think that.
That's going to happen all the time.
When Tennessee drafted him, I'm thinking, this nigga finna hit the ground. Got the option game because that's when the options starting to come into play more.
Yeah, that's true.
And that nigga got there, started talking about mental issues, and I'm like, here this nigga go, bro.
That shit funny too, bro.
Oh yeah, hey, Ricky Williams.
Yeah,
about him.
Hell yeah.
That nigga was a fool.
Oh me. So we gonna go ahead and switch it up. We coming on about 1:20, hour 20 minutes.
All right.
We're gonna do some shift gears. We're gonna talk about some women and men shit. We're gonna get a little personal.
I was waiting on this one.
Oh Lord. All right. This next topic is